Hello, I'm Dr. John Kavanaugh, and I'm your instructor for this course, AJS109 Substantive Criminal Law. In this brief introductory video, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, the course content, and how you conduct the course. So let's begin with myself, because an instructor brings a lot to a course. Courses aren't just the textbook, it's the instructor. His beliefs, his background, his experiences, his educational qualifications. So let me give you a brief history of Dr. John Kavanaugh. As my voice may give away, I was not born and raised in Arizona. I was born and raised in New York City. In fact, I was a police officer there for 20 years. I was a police officer with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey Police Department. I came on as a uniformed police officer. After about 8 years, I was promoted to a uniform sergeant and eventually detective sergeant, which is what I retired at after 20 years. Also occupationally, after retirement, I moved to Arizona with my family, and I became a professor at Arizona State University for a short period of time. And then I went to Scottsdale Community College, where I spent 15 years. Towards the end, I was the head of the criminal justice program. I also put together the forensic science program. But I retired in 2018. I now do adjunct courses, a few of them, just to keep myself in the teaching mode, keep busy, make a little extra cash. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this course. Now, educationally, I received my BA from NYU way back a long time ago in liberal arts. After I was hired by the police department, I went on to get my master's degree. I thought I was going to become the police chief. That was my goal. So I got a degree in public administration and government. However, amazingly, after several years and having been given an opportunity to teach in the police academy, I discovered that I really love teaching. So rather than stay with the Port Authority Police for my entire lifetime and work my way up, hopefully, to chief, I had a new plan. I would retire after 20 years, because most police departments have a 20-year pension, and move into college teaching. But to really teach college and have more opportunity, you need a PhD. So I went back to college, and I got a PhD in criminal justice from Rutgers University. So my life experiences, my education, hopefully will contribute to this course. And by the way, this is a course in criminal law. Also relevant is the fact that for the last 4 years, I have been your state senator, currently am. And 8 years prior to that, I was your state representative. That is if you live in Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, Rio Verde, or the Fort McDowell Native American Reservation. So not only was I a police officer enforcing the law, but for the last 12 years, I was involved in lawmaking. So gives a little extra upward push to the course. Okay, so that's me. Let's talk about the course. This is an online course with deadlines. It's self-paced, but you have deadlines. What that means is for each of the lessons, there's a due date. And just get it done by that date. Now, if there's an issue, you can always give me a call, but try to get the lessons done as of that date. It's all online except for the final exam. I'll discuss that in a moment. But online also means that you can go online anytime you want. You don't have to be online at specific times for discussion groups or to talk to me. This is a self-paced course. As questions arise, you can email me. If they're very lengthy questions or involved, you can phone me. I have my cell phone numbers on the syllabus. If you have problems or issues with the course, please give me a call. But usually emails suffice in most cases. So that's basically the way the course is conducted. You go to the website. First you read the introductory information that you'll see on the course Canvas website page. But after you get familiarized with the course, you begin doing the lessons. You go to the lesson 1, you open up the assignment. It'll tell you what you have to read. That usually is a textbook chapter. You then usually go to a supplemental page in that lesson where I've written additional things, or there's usually there's a slideshow. Sometimes I have a link to another website to read or watch something on. And as you're doing that, as you're reading the textbook and doing the supplemental information page, you should be answering the test questions. I have provided you with a test manual, and that contains the lesson test for every lessons test. You open up that manual, you read the first question, and then you begin doing the reading assignments. And when you see the answer to that first question, you mark it in the test manual. Then you read the second question, and you return to reading. And when you find the answer to that question, you write that into the test manual, kind of like a scavenger hunt. After a while, you'll do all the questions that have the textbook reading, and then you read the next question and you go to the supplemental information page presentations and get the answers from there. When you've finished all of the questions in that particular lesson test, you then go to the Canvas website test page for that lesson, test 1 in this example. You hit go to test 1, you hit the take test 1 button, and you transfer the answers from the test manual onto the course website test. You enter them all, hit submit. You will then get a report telling you which questions you got wrong, if any, and what the right answers are. Immediately change those wrong answers in the test manual to correct answers, because the final exam for this course involves only questions from the lesson tests. So if you have the manual with all the correct answers, that's a great study guide for the final exam. Now, speaking of the final exam, if you finish the lessons early, let me know and we'll arrange for you to take the final at the SCC Test Center. If you finish it within a week or during finals week, then you'll take the final exam on campus with me in a classroom at a time and day to be announced later in the course. Now, if you're disabled or you live really far away, then give me a call and we'll make arrangements for some sort of proctoring of the exam so you don't have to come all the way in to the college. All right, so that's the way the course is run. What is the course about? This course is about substantive criminal law. And that is what acts are illegal, what are the penalties for those acts, and what defenses can you assert in court to be found not guilty. Preliminarily, we also give some discussion on the nature of criminal law, the history, the sources of criminal law, things like that. Difference between substantive law and procedural law, civil law and criminal law, so you have a good general background about law. But for the most part, this course focuses on criminal law. So that's the course, that's how you do it, and that's me. And again, feel free to contact me by email or, if necessary, by phone anytime issues or questions arise. And it's not a difficult course. I think it's an interesting course, especially if you want to become a police officer or a lawyer or some job where knowledge of the criminal law is necessary. But hey, all citizens should know about the criminal law because the criminal law applies to all citizens. So it's a fun course. It's not that difficult a course. So I wish you luck, and please contact me as any issues or questions arise. Goodbye.